Hey everyone, and welcome to another installment of Tom's World. In today's video, I have a pretty big announcement from inside the garden. I really can't wait to show you guys this, so let's go check this out. So as I said, this is a pretty big announcement. It's pretty major, at least to us, the volunteers. We have actually gotten the okay and the permission to start planting last week, and we purchased plants that were approved and we have started planting. So first I'll show you the columbines that we planted over here right next to the centerpiece. And incidentally, these are my absolute favorite flower ever. We planted these on Sunday, Mother's Day, early in the morning, and they still seem to be doing pretty well. And before I leave here today, I should probably water them a little. Here's a close-up of the flowers of the one and the other. Now, we did get 3 different columbine plants, but they're all the same type, so they're all the same color. And we can only really plant 2 here because you have to keep them somewhat spaced apart. They're a little further apart than they need to be, but as you can see, they do get the sun on this side of the mound. Had we put them on the other side, they would not get it. And they do actually require full sun, but I've read up on them and it's been said that they can survive pretty well in partial sun. Now, these ferns here, I had mentioned in the last video that I didn't remember them being there last year, and there's a good reason for it. They weren't. One of the other volunteers had gone out beyond the fence over there where all the ferns were that I showed you in the last video, and this big one here is from last year, and the smaller ones I think are from this year. But that'll be a good filler, and we have the hosta growing in there as well. Now, come June, the place that we got the flowers from, they should be getting in a huge shipment of different types of perennials, a lot of which are going to be native. So, and again, as I've been saying all along, that's the rules that we've been given by the park, that they have to be native and non-invasive. Now, there are other plants growing in here that I did not see last year, and I will point them out. This here is one of them. Don't know what that is, so if anybody knows, I mean, I know it's pretty young yet, but if anybody knows what that is, just kind of put it down in the comments, because there's a few of them. And the rest of what we had, we put into the cold frame, mostly because that does get a lot of sun throughout the day, and all of these plants require full sun. So we'll start over here. There's another one of those plants that I just showed you. And these little green leaves right here, these are actually nasturtiums. We did not plant these. Someone else must have. These were growing on the only on the other side, and you'll see that when we get to there that there's a lot more. We transplanted some of them, and we were hoping that they would take, and it really does look like they have, so that's very cool. And we just did it for symmetry, and also they do deter deer, so you know, that'll be a good thing. We have some bee balm right here, and some more over there. Here we have Rudbeckia, black-eyed Susan. Got one there and one over there. There's some other things growing in here. Don't know what they are just yet. We haven't been able to figure that out. And right here, you can see the picture. These are cone flowers, and this is just a mix, so it'll be all different kinds of colors. We have another cone flower right here. You can't see the tag in the back, but this will be all white. There is still the cardinal flower from last year, which is really grown up a lot. And then in the second half here, we have another one of the mix of cone flowers. This Let me see if the tag is here. Oh, it's right in front. Okay, so that's more black-eyed Susans. This is another kind of cone flower. You can actually see there's a little flower on there. See if the tag is there. Okay, it is not, so this will be a mystery as to what color it is. Here is the other columbine plant. Everything really looks like it's taking well. And this is another bee balm plant. So all in all, we bought 13 plants and we put them in. And here's the rest of the nasturtiums. And you can see in the back corner another one of those long leaf plants, whatever it is. Again, the long leaf plants and the nasturtiums we didn't plant, but they're already growing, so oh well. But yeah, so that's the big news. Flowers are back in the garden again. And this is only just the beginning. We have plans to put more in here, some more like things that are going to complement each of the plants that we already put in. Some lower growing ones up front, maybe some higher growing ones in the back. We got plenty of room, and we have plenty of other places that are shady that we can plant more shade loving flowers in. But yeah, it's finally begun. I am so beyond stoked, and I love that everything seems to be doing well. Today is Tuesday, so they've been in there 2 full days for the most part, because we put them in here around, like, I don't know, about 9 o'clock in the morning on Mother's Day. So at this point they've definitely had more than 2 full days, as we're in the afternoon here on Tuesday now. So yeah, I'm loving it. Everything I've been envisioning all along since that very first video way over there in the corner by the chessboard, when I started digging it out, the visions I had, they're coming to pass, and I love it. Over here by the chessboard, these the hostas that I spotted are they're doing well. They're getting bigger, and that'll be cool, because it'll be something extra that we didn't have last year. At least not that me or any of the volunteers can remember. More than likely what was going on is these have been underground the whole time, but the roots were being choked out by all the poison ivy and everything that was all around this circle, which the other volunteers just recently dug out, and they just weren't coming up. But now that that's free and some of the roots have come out, we have random hostas growing around. They also took care of the chessboard this weekend. The other volunteers, they mowed it, they weed whacked it, they got rid of the weeds growing up between the bricks. So everything is looking beautiful. It does need to be mowed back here, but I know that they'll take care of that. I have more than faith in the staff here at the park. They diligently keep up on this. Sometimes they have to mow it twice a week, because as I've mentioned before, most of this grass, if you want to call it that, is actually weeds and clover and all different kinds of stuff mixed in here. And when it rains, it does grow quite a bit, and we did just have some rain. And but other than that, it's looking good. I don't know if I had pointed out in my last video what they did over here with the playing cards, so let me show you that. So for now, inside the spade planters of the playing cards, you'll see this black mulch. They did this just so that they stand out more until the time comes when we can get low growing dark colored flowers to fill in here. And then once we do that, which you can see they ran out of black mulch, so like 2 of the spades over here aren't done. But once we do that, then taking care of this grass all around them is going to be up to us with like a push mower and a weed whacker and stuff, because obviously they can't ride the riding mower through here because it would get rid of the flowers, it would kill them. We do still need to find some low growing light blue colored flowers that are native and non-invasive so that we could have them in here. I will be using some of the money to purchase the first tool. With that money, I'm going to get like a little hand tiller, and I'm gonna put the mulch that's on top of here aside. I'm going to dig out a good portion of the dirt, and then I'm going to get more dirt from over where the mansion was, as I mentioned before. That seems like really good soil over there. I will till it up by hand, and then we will have nice soil to start with if we ever do find those flowers. It's going to take quite a few of them. I mean, yeah, it would be easier to get a running type of flower, one that would spread, but see, that would be invasive, and we're not allowed to do that. So it's going to have to be flowers that are low growing, that might bush out a little. I mean, it's okay if they go a little over the top line of the cement there. That would be fine, just as long as they're not like really tall. But that's still the plan for there. And as I mentioned, we are in the afternoon. The sun is pretty much directly overhead for the most part, and you can see that a lot of these areas are shady. Now, if I remember right, the sun comes up from over this direction, so it would shine somewhat down on the front of this little patch of dirt and this one, but it would only get the morning sun because there's too many trees behind the fence over there. It would just block it out on the far side of both of these. So definitely going to have to be shade loving plants, and I'm sure there are plenty of shade loving native perennials that are not invasive. So we'll see, hopefully. Now we can go over and look at this wisteria bush. It definitely is a lot nicer looking this year. So that had to be from them clearing out all the weeds underneath here. There's some growing now, but for the most part, it's just blooming like crazy. The flowers look a little droopy, so they might be getting ready to go away. Got a nice little bee in there, and now he just buzzed right in front of my face. Guess he's camera shy. So soon this will all just be leaves. You can see some of the leaves are changing their color. They're getting like a reddish tone. I do believe that they looked pretty much like that when I was in here last year. And some of the ones on top are doing the very same thing. It's like almost like there's two different types of wisteria here, but I don't think that's the case. Anyway, so I definitely want to say thank you. Thank you to all of the volunteers who have been helping me with this. Thank you to everyone in the community for your support. Everyone who watches my videos, everyone who enjoys these videos. Also, definitely thank you to everyone that has given to the fundraiser. Now, the fundraiser, as always, you will find the link in the description of this video. You can give whatever you can, $1, $2, $25, $1 million, whatever you have just laying around. And if not, then you can always just share the link, because somebody that you know may see it and say, hey, I love this progress that they're doing and I'd like to give to it. So you never know. So make sure you definitely share out the link at the very least. So right there you can see our little frog friend, and I just happened to notice up on the rock there is the toad. So we know the toad survived. There was 3 frogs though, and I've only seen this one. And I don't know, maybe the other ones just haven't decided to come up yet. Maybe they didn't make the winter, but at least we know the toad survived, and at least one of the frogs. I got a feeling this frog here is probably last year the one that was little, that used to hop off of the rocks when I got near, and it would like actually sound like it was screaming, like as it jumped in. That might be him, because I don't remember the other two frogs being that small. There he is. Better look at the toad. Looks a little dry. I'm not touching him though. And so I guess with all that, I'll probably be getting out of here. I'll be wrapping this up. If this is your first time here, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and also click on that notification bell right next to the subscribe button. That way you will definitely be notified whenever I upload new videos, and there's going to be a lot more to come. This whole place is going to be absolutely beautiful in the videos to come as we get more and more flowers and we start planting. And it's just, I can see it in my head. I've been able to see it in my head since day one, and I'm super excited that it's finally happening. So do make sure you stay tuned for that. Also make sure you give this video a thumbs up. That way it shows me that you like the video, and I appreciate all the likes. I appreciate all the nice comments that people have had for me all along this process. And yeah, I guess with that, I want to get out of here. So I will see you all in the next one. Make sure that you stay safe, stay healthy, and take care.